Hello everybody, how are we doing? This is Alex Spence, self-realised renunciate monk, coming right at you. Come give us a hug. Hope we're well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening and good night. Wherever we are in the world, I hope we're well. I'm here trying to help people navigate the unknown, get through the Earth's atmosphere. 30-day meditation challenge coming right up. I hope you're well. I hope you're feeling awake. Very much so. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about, I've got like a book that is really cool. And it's sort of like a book recommendation. And basically it's this one here. Okay, it's called Mind in the Cave. Okay, so this is really cool. This is such a beautiful book. What I'm going to do, I'm going to leave a link below for this if anyone's interested in it. It's like an Amazon link, just go and check it out. More than welcome to. But it's called Mind in a Cave, and it's about the evolution of sort of, it's about the evolution of cave art and how we can track evolution of us through different caves throughout the world. This one in particular was in Le Sceaux in France, but there's loads dotted around the world. There's loads of different cave art around the world, which is all it's all interlinked. And this is one of the main reasons why I wanted to talk about it. Really, is because it's good evidence of how we are all connected. You can actually, through different artworks and different art pieces, you can see the transition from when we were Neanderthal to Homo sapien, and you can see the evolution of the brain being like expressed via different images in different parts of the world. And they're all connected. This is before these countries were even sort of like they were connected or even discovered. And they would draw the tools that they were using. There's tools in different cave arts around the world which are all connected as well. And it sort of it tells us about the spiritual realm as well, and hallucinogenics, and how like shamanistic tribes use hallucinogenics and then draw their visions on these walls of these caves. And it's very much the introduction to how hallucinogenics have been used throughout the centuries and tens of thousands of years of tradition. And I think the most profound thing from that book is when the guy, when he's discovering this, and he discovers how you can see connections, is the fact that we are all speaking from like the one nervous system. That's how he worded it. We're all speaking from the one. That's just how nice is that? And I think as we're going back to shamanistic and hunter-gatherer communities, which is like the origin of, say, spirituality, when we were turning into human, we were very much attached to spirit. We were very much. I just get a real feeling that it's almost in our DNA to explore. And I think that's almost, from what I gather now, the feedback that you hear from hunter-gatherer communities through different people, and is the fact that everywhere we're going now, we're really detached from spirit. We could be becoming more and more detached from who we really are, the source of us. And the cave art shows that over tens of thousands of years ago, through when we were just almost coming into being all human and being able to find out about the unmanifest of life through different practices. For example, the ayahuasca Peruvian retreat that I want to go to. Ayahuasca is one of these brews that people drink to go into that realm, where you can discover all of you, more of you. And it's seen as like a healing property. But going back to the book again, it shows our culture at its rawest form. It shows what we were exploring tens of hundreds, thousands of years ago. And it's almost like when we were coming into sort of like the physical realm, and like human consciousness was growing, and evolution was continuing, and right at the start, our interest was to explore us and be attached with spirit. But as we're going further and further forward, we're becoming further away from that. So the pioneers at the beginning, who were drawing their visions and exploring all of this, and even before there was even words and speaking, everything was expressed via art. And that art represents our fundamental DNA interest in spirit. And I sort of go off on tangents, really. I hope this makes sense. But I just think I hope I'm coming across as it's really beautiful. And when I talk about grounding all the time, about bringing yourself back down to earth, and that's why I've always looked at evolution. I've always looked at evolution for comfort. Like I was talking yesterday about the different forms of, say, comfort and things that I focus on, to sort of, that I can add to my internal framework that's gonna uplift me and make things, just feel really good. And you can sort of tracking back for the ancestors of where we've come from, what we're really attached to, what was our main goal when we started to transition from, say, we don't know how many times evolution has happened, how many civilizations have been wiped out, how many times have we had to reset because we're not learning any lessons with cataclysms and being wiped out. Like the last one that's been discovered really was 10,000 years ago. Ancient civilizations of life. But even when you look at ancient Egypt, the artwork that's presented, it's all intertwined with spirit. The third eye opening it was being expressed right at the beginning of this, whatever evolution we've tracked back to. And that's what I like. is the fact that the pioneers, the people that were drawing these visions, that drawing this art around the world before they even met each other, were connected. And what they were expressing was their wanting and connecting with spirit and knowing there's more to us than this physical reality. Yeah. How nice. It's just such a cool thing to focus on. That's why, like, when it comes to, say, the mechanics of us, working out what's going on, working out what, like, things to focus on, things to sort of like tracking back as far as we can, or with this is when knowledge, I think, comes in handy, because it joins together some dots. It's not answering the questions, it's never gonna tell you who you really are, but you can have a good feeling for that because you can access your heart all the time. You know what feels good, what feels bad. You know when you're closer to home just from how you feel, and when you're further away from home, things start churning up, like anxiety, depression, you know, all this awakening stuff, and, you know, bamboozling, phantasmagoria. But this is really cool. I hope you get what I'm saying. And this is why I strongly advise people say about, oh, you can know so much and still not know anything. I get that. But books, research about evolution, about our ancestors and what they were expressing, and potentially the messages that are hidden hundreds of thousands of years ago, which can answer so much. And it can still be very simple. They were telling us to stay in touch with who we really are and be attached to your spirit. They were all expressions. So I strongly recommend that book. I'd say it's a heavy read, but a very good one. Learn about the ancestors of us, when DNA was just being freshly expressed via artwork, before words were even there, when we were grunting at each other. It was just everything was we were still expressive. They were expressing their spirit. Like I'm always saying, this is what you should be doing. Expressing you. I hope this talk is like intertwined and you can sort of put this together, because sometimes when I speak, I must admit, I lose track, and I hope I make sense, and I know I always like ask for confirmation. But if I ever get across anything, it's just the beauty of us, like just the beauty of all of us and how we are connected, and looking for evidence of that. It's just really cool. It just doesn't, you know, maybe there's still loads of questions that need to be answered, but we can look at them with excitement and not dread. You know. So I'm going to leave this now. This is Saturday readings. I'm going to leave a link for this book. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a fantastic day. This is Alex Spence, self-realised renunciant monk, coming right at you from the middle of nowhere, well, under this beautiful tree. It's nice and calm here. It was really windy here the other day when I was filming, so I hope you can hear me better. I've got my mic plugged in. I'm here trying to help people join together the dots of this unknown terrain that we're on. Remember, you're doing a fantastic job wherever you are. However you are feeling, whether you're really down to the bottom of feeling weak, your strength is down, you are still doing a fantastic job. If you're in the highs, good. You're doing a fantastic job as well. It is all equal. There is no game of better or worse. 30-day meditation challenge. we are going to start doing this soon. I'm just doing it at the end of, start and the end of every video, just so we sort of get a feel for it, just to see that there's new people coming onto this page that might be interested in it. So I'm going to keep just mentioning it for just for a little bit longer. Bear with me. But thank you once again for your time. Potentially speaking too much, but you know, I hope you like it. Thank you for your comments and shares, and anyone that's messaged me as well. I cannot tell you how much that means to me. I'm honestly, truly grateful for each and every one of you on this page supporting me through this journey, because I'm here supporting you. You are supporting me. Governing dynamics of life. We're all supporting each other. How nice. Okay, so I'm going to leave this by saying thank you very much. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Much love. And I'll see you tomorrow when I'm going to be discussing and going into a little bit more in depth on a comment that was said the other week. A lady asked me about mental health, and I'm going to start talking about how to cope with that, because it's about Inner Strength Sunday tomorrow. We're going to talk about that, how to be strong when you're at your weakest and you're confronted with a very dominating situation, which can be all encompassing. And I just want to touch on that because I've been personally affected by this. So thank you very much. Much love to you guys. Come give me a hug before you go. But thank you very much. Peace out. God bless. And I'll see you tomorrow.